overtime.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. I was really angry at myself for missing that cap when they were about all four in bed, and if I had taken one of the two boosts, or be better, I would have been away and capped. But finally, it didn't really matter. So.
Right, so we will be
Yeah,
getting over.
You go back to your team.
Yeah,
and
go away,
play
Nicholas.
Okay. But I thought you were asking for. Okay.
No.
Yeah, let's not. You don't want a mid-game interview?
No, we're all right. We don't need the stats. You've caused enough controversy today. It's okay. And I just spare a thought, everyone, for tagging them and Brolin BC, who was supposed to get underway half an hour ago, and I'll be made to wait for this. Don't know if they'll be training. Not sure if they'll be watching, but I'm sure they will understand. So yeah, just clarify. It's a 10-minute half. If there's no clear winner, it will be a golden goal. Just on this topic, Rems, I started to create a penalty shootout map, which could be used in this situation. We practiced it the other day. It was actually quite fun. So if anyone wants to practice at any point, let me know. It's very much a work in development, not even something I'll show that's come in. But the basic premise of it is you just have one person is a goalie, one ball, one person grabs the centre flag and tries to score, and then they go off, and someone else comes in for a goal, and someone comes in to have a go. And yeah, there's a goal at each end, and everyone else waits in the dugout. It was quite fun. A few people trialled it the other day with me. Thanks very much for helping out, including Ron Burgundy, who juked me like crazy. Devo, what do you think of that idea? Tell me you love it.
I think it's really interesting. I haven't tried your map, but I've tried like a shootout penalty session on the hockey map.
Yeah,
and that can be really fun and intense.
Yeah, the map that we had made it down more to skill rather than. It was a very, very simple map. There is literally nothing but really the goals, and there's no boosts or power ups. It's just literally it's almost like an open field masters sort of 1v1, which is quite a realistic kind of penalty thing. With it's just the player against the goalie, nothing else. So that's kind of an idea in the works, just to see. It might be used in tournaments or something. Oh, everyone might hate it and never do it, but people seem to like it the other day. So give your thoughts on the stream. Tell me that you love it. We are still waiting for the second half to get underway. So come on, everyone in the stream, everyone that's watching, get in the chat. Who are we gonna see in the final? Are RBS going to be able to recover from that devastating end to that game where they were so close to capping? They were supposed to be 2-1 up. It was mental. Yeah. So yeah. Can RBS come back, and are BSG gonna keep the momentum going and reach the final? Chris, who is it for you? Who would, if you could call it now, who's gonna be in the final?
Oh, it's close. It's really close. I think I feel like Salzburg will just edge this next game, and that they'll take it.
Devo?
Like I said, it would be hilarious if they won by one cap in the second game, and it would be even more hilarious and more drama if they won with overtime with BSG. So, and honestly, I think BSG has been playing slightly better than Red Bull Salzburg. So right now, I'm holding a button on them. But again, if CRW and Factman wakes up on offense, they could easily turn the game around and win the overtime.
Dude saying on the stream that RBS will win by 2 caps, then the 2 caps will be reverted. So clearly that controversy not going to go away. The only ball calling a win for Salzburg as well. Mike C, maybe a bit biased, calling Ballis to win after new cup caps, then gets the gas stats straight after the game, which sounds like something, at least the second part of that is almost too true, especially if they win. Why is it people asking why it's taking so long, why overtime is happening? We're just waiting for people. I think the teams to recover from that and get themselves going. What's the chat saying to Evil?
They're saying a lot of things. Basically, people don't really know exactly what's going on, and people are trying to explain, and then that causes more confusion. And we have like people just shouting random stuff like "play," "BSD," "Dusty," and a picture of salt. I don't even know. So yeah, that's what's happening in the chat right now.
I just asked if we were ready because the viewers were getting annoyed, and Nero asked me. Oh no, he said, "Are we the streamers ready?"
Yeah.
Right, so we are off. Overtime is going. This is gonna be. I'm hoping my voice can take it. We got another game after this. Bloody hell.
If it helps, by the way, we have amended the stop rules for the second game.
Quick explanation, Rems.
It's going over to season 3 stop rules for the second game. I can't do it in mid-game, it's not fair, but we will make sure we don't have this issue in the next game.
Are you guys in? I didn't get in the game.
Yeah, I got kicked out, and it's just rejoined now. So they're about to start.
Okay,
TagPro
I was panicking there. Sorry, Chris.
TagPro for either side. Both teams have got a TagPro in their base, and there's a rolling bomb mid.
So it could be a very exciting start to see who is going to get.
2, 1.
I think it looks like RBS are probably going to get the middle power, but no one actually goes for it automatically. And Mike C actually picks it up, and it's not neutralized though. Both teams with the TagPro. Mike C able to use that rolling bomb. It is neutralized. But both got a TagPro. I think if they both got it on D at the moment. No, Nero's got it on O, and Nero is.
No, they got an O.
Yes, Nero's coming in though. Mike C's following him like the ambulance through traffic. Takes one out. The TagPro runs out. But there's a lot of balls in that base there. Nero probably going to decide to go for the regrab. But he obviously followed him through. Not able to cap that time. ZRW is away here though, and he's ahead of 3. And let's see, can he put that rage that he had to good use? But he can't as Nero gets the return. And I mean, playing angry, sometimes that can, make your game go to shit, and sometimes it can win you the game. Newcom's called for a break. The break meaning, I think like Rems said, basically, they will carry on playing until Rems calls stop. So BSG have called for a break here. Fatman's coming in though. Fatman can't, no, Baz, and Rems calls stop instantly. He's right on the money there. We're not sure what that's going to be about. We're going to find out what's happening very shortly. I'm just going to talk to my girlfriend briefly.
So, Chris, do you have any opinions on this so far?
Not really, but I mean, after this, the first minute has gone away, all the power-ups have gone away, they're going to restart now with all the power-ups again. So it could go either way, but I just fancy Salzburg. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like they've got the edge.
Yeah, both teams managed to get away with the flag once just before the stop went into effect. Red Bull Salzburg looked really solid on offensive defense, managing to keep Mike C from guiding Nerul into base with a TagPro.
Yeah, how has this game been going on for an hour and 40 minutes? Fucking hell. I mean, I love TagPro. I love exciting TagPro. But if I was Orb, right, if I was Hypo, I would be so fucked off right now.
Yep. Yeah, I don't even know. It's just.
I mean, it almost reminds me, when I know lag is an issue, and like we want it to be as fair as possible. But it reminds me when if you're watching football and the referee is constantly blowing the whistle, it ruins the game. This stop-start natures to the game. You can't get your flow. You don't get these exciting periods of play. And it seems like the stop culture is absolutely like killing things at the minute. Which is why the season 3 rules, hopefully with the one stop allowed, will hopefully kind of stop this kind of oh, my ping's 101 stop.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. It hasn't been a problem in the regular season as far as I've seen, but especially in the playoffs, we've seen a lot of stopping and a lot of teams saying they're not ready, let's wait a little bit, and so on. So I think there needs to be some real changes to make this flow a little bit smoother for next season. Like, if somebody's lagging, then tough luck. You can either use your one stop or you just sub in someone else for him.
Nick Finn on the on the stream asking, why hasn't TagPro got a referee? Why don't we have a referee? What do you reckon, Deal?
But
my personal opinion is, like football, the referee would get in the way.
I think there's a lot of work to do as a referee in that case, and you might not have referees available for all games, especially in the regular season. I think in the playoffs it might be viable, though.
Flickioli saying that they need a freeze button.
Yeah, you
Don't
need
disagree.
a pause button.
I mean, the funny thing about this is originally Orb wanted to play. Actually, no, Orb doesn't care because he didn't want to play the next game until 10. And there's Rems, and we all said basically, and Hypo said 10 is too late a clock. Start a game at 10? No, we need to start before that. Well, not sure that's going to happen.
Funny story.
So, people on stream, how long do you think we should be allowed for a stop call? This is a brief in-game consultation.
I think like maybe 2 minutes should be the most for a stop before you restart the game. Because otherwise you can, if you have longer than that, you can, like if you have 10 minutes, you can basically have 40 minutes of break in the game, as well as, you know, between halves.
That almost seems to me, though, to punish those that, you know, who might need to reboot or reset a router that just have quicker computers or quicker routers sort of thing. There's all sorts of different reasons for stopping. A bit of lag, or if someone, like, their internet cuts out, it's going to take them a bit longer to come on. That's not necessarily, you know, their fault.
No, it's not, but which is why rolling subs should be used. Like, if somebody's having troubles, they shouldn't stop the game. They should be subbed out, and they should just keep going until he's back.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are actually playing. There is TagPro happening yet again, and there is a few power-ups. Mike C gets TagPro. 3 TagPros. Rems, say your piece.
1 in 27 chance of 3 TagPros happening. It's quite a rare feat, but we see it every week. It's astonishing.
Oh, Fatman gets a grab and he gets away. He's not quite away yet, but the TagPro runs out. Baz not killed by ZRW there, so stays ahead of Fatman. But Fatman gets it. He's going in through 2. He's only got 1 to beat here. RBS good cat, but Nero gets the return. And ZRW has got the regrab. He's going top. Baz and Newcomp don't know, and he's sitting behind them, but Mike C, smartly positioned, rolls over the button, gets the return. So just a reminder in case your brain has gone to sleep with all the stoppages, this is overtime. Winner takes all. And if after these 8 minutes it's still tied, it's sudden death overtime as people battle for the power-ups. No one going for mid, interestingly. Fatman finally going. Mike C grabs in the meantime, uses the distraction of power-ups to grab, which will cost his team. There is a rolling bomb left, no one to pick it up yet. There's a juke juice middle, which Fatman gets, but Baz, probably most importantly, has got a TagPro. Nice boost by Baz to get all the way into the RBS base, and he's there with Nero as Mike C goes back on D. Nero does grab, and he's trying to follow Baz through. Baz is actually behind him at the minute. There's a bit of confusion, but they've gone through 3 at the moment, and he is coming in. The TagPro does run out, but he's got him over to the other side. Mike C hasn't gone for a regrab yet. I think Baz is actually going to go get the regrab as Nero gets returned, but Baz avoids the regrab, and Mike C is only just going over now. So all the flags back in base, and as soon as I say that, ZRW grabs. I don't think he's going to get away here. And as soon as I say that, of course he does. He splits the defenders beautifully, but Newcomp gets the return. Doesn't quite split them perfectly. Maybe beautifully, but not perfectly. And 7 minutes left. Do you think we're going to see the teams really tightening up? You know, because it's been difficult at times to cap on this map, and obviously it's overtime. You know, how do you reckon they're going to play?
I think we'll see it tight up until somebody gets a cap. If they do, if there's no cap, there's probably going to be tight play all through this half. But if one team gets a cap, it'll probably just run loose like the last half did.
Nothing exciting from the power-ups there. A couple of rolling bombs, which are neutralised, and a juke juice for the defence. Both the flags at a base at the minute, but still, the red flag has been returned. As Newcomp trying to chase ZRW down. He's been forced back, and Newcomp should get the return here, and he does the 96 degree. Newcomp Baz not collecting the stats, his defensive partner. Very solid defense going through the second season. Very tight so far. No one really getting away too much without the aid of power-ups as CRW grabs. He's been hunted down by Baz and Newcomp, but he is returned. Quick look at the stats shows. I mean, as we obviously bear in mind this was 9 minutes, but we've only had, you know, maybe 40 seconds of hold for ZRW. You know, it's 15 seconds. No one really managed to get it. Not that many grabs. You know, with 11 or so grabs. You know, so both teams been quite conservative with their grabs and hold, being quite patient. The prevent times for Leroy, in fact, very high. Interestingly enough, I mean, the prevent times for if you have a look at the prevent times, Newcomp's only got 19 seconds, and Baz only got 13 seconds.
Yeah, and we see Mike C with 8 seconds as well, which is like it seems that they basically go for return defense, and Newcomb doesn't play close to the flag while Baz stays closer and does the no grab thing.
And I think actually looking at it, it seems that, you know, Fatman and ZRW are going for a lot of the boost up and stuff, and they're actually more than 6 squares away from the flag at times. So obviously I think it's 6 squares, so the prevent stat will actually register. So maybe not the best to assess what's going on as Fatman looks to go through the gate. Baz has got the button though, but Fatman's gone up and over and has managed to get ahead of Newcompton. Baz, that's good play. He's ahead of him by a pixel. He's done beautifully here as Fatman. He is coming in. Nero grabs. That's a risky grab. He's returned by the gate, but Baz, Newcompton might see, have managed to get ahead. Little overcommit from Newcomb there, but it doesn't allow Fatman through, and he gets the return the second time of asking. Nero's picked up a rolling bomb. Mike C's got away as ZRW goes and picks up a juice from that right hand side. Mike C is in base. If they can get the return, they nearly do. They boosted, they just miss him, and that could have been one of those cases where timing was everything. Mike C being chased by Leroy here along the bottom. ZRW with the juice, not going to get caught anytime soon. Running rings around Baz and Nero, splitting them, using the middle blocks, the middle walls to get away beautifully there. And all the flags out of base, and like we said, it was going to be quite tight, but now the flags are out of base, it's all a bit hectic. ZRW has managed to get ahead of 3 here, obviously, but Mike C goes for the kiss because Nero is well placed for the regrab, which is a smart move, but Leroy with the nice snipe just catching the edge of the ball and getting the return. 4 minutes left until sudden death. Did we have any sudden death last season? Don't think we did we?
No, not at all.
So this, we are looking at the first...
This is still the first half.
Nope.
This is
Yeah,
the first half.
We have
wait, is
another
it 2
10-minute
halves?
period.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I didn't know that. I thought it was 10 minutes only.
Yeah, sorry.
If they win this, then it's over. If any team wins this, but if not, it's another half.
Right, okay, that's a terrible rule. But he's coming in here. He's only got 1 to beat him. Nero choosing not to grab. Baz and Nero with rolling bombs. It'd be interesting to see if they grab. Mike C grabs, which is an interesting and possibly silly move. But Baz manages to get away, uses the rolling bomb. But Leroy's going to get the return here. He does. And risky play there. A little bit loose from BSG there, but they've not been punished as of yet. Hyper, we are so sorry you joined the channel probably to complain about how long there is still in overtime. Still 0-0. We've got 3 minutes left in this half, and if we don't cap, we are going to a second period of overtime at which someone needs to play. We've got 3 minutes left in this half. Fatman is coming in here. The flag is home. Fatman's going in through 2. He's ahead of 3. Baz and Nero go for the blocks are there. He misses out the cut by a big. So, oh my God! And Mike C gets the grab of the return. And Nero's away here. Nero's ahead of all of them. He's going to be a cap. Can he do it? He's done it. BSG are winning. There's 2 minutes 30 left. And BSG, they're winning. They're going through to the final as it stands. That cap that was controversially ruled out so long ago could now be so important. And Baz is coming in here. He's got a rolling bomb, but Fatman's got away with the juice. Oh, I do not believe it. I absolutely don't believe it. BSG 1-0 up. Incredible seized evil.
Yeah, and we can see how fast it turned. It looked like it was Red Bull Salzburg coming in, just getting the cap. They get a return, get a grab, and Nero with a brilliant boost just past CRW, who is slightly out of position in the middle. He was ahead, but he let Nero get the boost, just those pixels ahead of him to get the cap there.
2 minutes for the aggrieved RBS to get back into this game. They need the cup. They are losing in overtime. And this is absolutely dramatic stuff. This game has been going on for nearly 2 bloody hours. There's only a second half if no one wins, Chris, I thought. Is that right? Second half is only if no one wins.
I think it's a full game of
No.
No.
Oh, right.
If they win this half, it's over.
Ah, right, okay.
So a minute 20 left, so everyone ignore Chris. He's talking shit as usual. But Leroy's coming in here. Oh. Leroy is coming in. The blocks are there. Leroy's equalised it. I don't believe it. We are going to a second half as it stands. There's a minute 10 left. This game is one of the absolute best games of TagPro in terms of end-to-end stuff that I have ever seen. Devil, your thoughts?
Well, it looks like BSG is looking to secure the win. They're going for the power-ups, keeping 1 in base. And in doing that, they let Leroy away, and he only has to beat 1 when they have 2 on defense blocking him away, and they don't really do any mistake there. So, well played, Red Bull Salzburg, really. Taking advantage of BSG, maybe playing a little bit too careful right there.
We got 30 seconds left. Oh, we're going to a second period of overtime. Fatman boosters past Nero. Oh, and the nice snipe by Baz allows Nero to get allows the return. And Mike C's coming in here. He's got a lot to do. There's 20 seconds left. Can we see some late drama? He's going to boost against the back wall. There's a lot of bodies there. Someone, CRW grabbed and Mike C gets returned. And how close are we there to the winning cap in the dying seconds? It's not going to happen. Nero's coming in. This is the last throw of the dice. The Cezanne, the blocks are there. They've done it. BSG have won it. I don't believe it. With 2 seconds left, they've done it. Absolutely incredible. BSG are in the final with the last second of the game. They've done it. Newcombe and his team are in the final. I don't believe it. The Evil. What a game!
Yeah, incredible game. And with that last cap, Red Bull Salzburg with an unfortunate plastic grab as they already had one behind the flag. And they got an overcommitting offensive defender at the end. They're letting Nerol through, and they could easily block the last guy out of it, giving them the victory right there. Well played by BSG, getting the cap with 3 seconds left to go, but it's definitely not going to be the last thing we heard about this match for a long time.
What a finish.
It is going to be the last thing we hear about it for now, because the other game needs to start. So we are going to take a very short break while we set up the stream for the other game. We are going to try and do interviews with the captains or players after the final game. We'll try and do all the interviews at once. So stick with us. We're going to be having a 2-minute break while we get all the stream and everything sorted. And we'll be back with the second game. But I wish we had more time to take in that game, because that has been one of the absolute epic games that I've ever watched. We'll be back very shortly.